News that there's a standoff underway outside the UN Refugee Agency offices in Pretoria. We understand this group has been camping there for some 6 weeks now. A court even yesterday giving them 3 days to vacate the area. The situation seems to have developed. Let's go live now to ETV reporter, my colleague Pule Letshwiti, who's following the story for us. Pule, hello to you. What is the latest where you are?
Well, good afternoon. And the latest we could tell you right now is that we do understand the sheriff was here earlier on to actually serve the interdict notice, which was granted by the court yesterday. Subsequent to that, what we do know is that authorities are actually in limbo as they can't enter inside the UNHCR offices. Earlier in the AMs today, some of the migrants forced their way into the UNHCR offices, and in turn what this means is that the authorities can now, proceed with what's prescribed according to law, to actually have them, have their documentations checked and see if whether some of them are residing in the country illegally or legally. And that's what's currently happening outside the UNHCR offices here in Brooklyn, Pretoria at the moment.
We were hearing reports earlier that they've entered the premises of the UNHCR. Exactly what are they demanding and who are they hoping to speak to? What's their outcome? What are they looking for?
Well, yes, indeed. Some of their demands are that, they be relocated in a safer territory outside South Africa. We also hear that they're saying if that does not happen, they will be, taking a risk by walking to our neighboring country, Namibia. But apart from that, what they're also saying is that the UNHCR is the only institution which can help them at this moment. And that's why they are now, they forced themselves, or rather their way into their offices, saying that, authorities shouldn't come nearby because that's the only sense of feeling which can make them feel protected at this moment. They fear that if they go back into the communities in the country, they might fall prone for, being attacked by other, members who are in society, and they feel as though they will fall vulnerable to what they call xenophobic attacks.
We also understand that Home Affairs officials and police have either been there to read them the court order, or it's still going to happen. Do you know if that reading of the court order has taken place, and what are the officials telling you, if anything?
Well, yes, the reading of the court order has taken place as instructed by the North Gauteng High Court yesterday. We do know that the city of Tshwane, SAPS, have been here on a joint operation to come and, try and assess and facilitate the movements that are taking place here. What we also know is that the UN has opened a case of trespassing. Now, the problem here is that they're saying that, some of the migrants forced their way in unlawfully without having any permission whatsoever from the authorities, and that they find is that there was an unlawful move for them to do. So as we stand right now, once they serve a notice for the authorities to go in, that's when we can actually try and see how the situation will turn out like, because they're saying that, come rain or sunshine, they're ready to take on anyone who wants to get rid of them from being inside the UNHCR offices. A threat, I tell you.
Just meters away from the UNHCR, my thanks to my colleague, ETV reporter Pule Letshwiti, with the latest on that situation, the standoff underway outside the UN Refugee Agency offices in Pretoria. It seems these protesters and these refugees, I beg your pardon, not protesters, refugees, have been camping out there for 6 weeks now. They do not want to leave, but Home Affairs officials and police are on the scene to manage the situation now.